FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
What up, world? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
Keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. I'm a fly human being. Money is the reason. No reason about those games. Keep the tools in the box. The haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. Pure white, Peruvian. Take flight, ride the wind. Long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Ninjas on the street, they trying to avoid the chalk. Talk it out, maybe after let the haters spark. Gunshots, bury victims in the dirt quick. Circle of death, calling it the work shift. Mind blown, mind gone. Just took a life he don't care about his own. But this is what the youth taught, turned up. Mommy offered those pills, plus she coked up. Out to celebrate, told it's the last days. Racing, chase away the pain of his lane. Ain't no shame, she peeling off her lace and things.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
I'm coming straight from the bottom, yeah. I had to hustle, yeah. I had no option. Full loaded 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. So I was cracking the nigga, it ain't no was poppin'. I had to drop, they didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes. Yeah, I'm in this bitch with my bros. Bitches a go. I get them and get them all by the low. Yeah, by the low. Yeah, solid bitch, I never fold. I never fold, bitch. I'm hot as a torch. Try to touch me, you get scorched. Car faster than a Porsche. All I know, no watch me scorch. Master Yoda got the force. There's all I did, there's no force. They don't wanna see me young. That's why I did this on my young.
What up?
Nigga shit, no handouts or no loans. So
Don't call my phone.
I get my whole city hope. They telling me that I'm the GOAT. You can go and take a vote. Really come from cooking coke. Play with guns and on my nose. Bitch, you know I'm really young. All I gang until I go. Roll cold until I coast. Bitch, you know just how it go. Yeah, you know I'm reppin' foes. Yeah, I'm coming straight from the bottom. Yeah, I had to hustle. Yeah, I had no option. Full loaded 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. So I was cracking the nigga, it ain't no was poppin'. I had to trap, they didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes. Yeah, I'm in this bitch with my bros. Bitches a go. I get them and get them all by the low. Yeah, by the low. Yeah, solid bitch, I never fold. I never fold. I'm coming straight from the bottom. Yeah, I had to hustle. Yeah, I had no option. Full loaded 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. So I was cracking the nigga, it ain't no was poppin'. I had to trap, they didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes, yeah.
Hey, fam, pause this real quick. Man, I just heard Adam say, I'm gonna fuck around, kill my wife, long live OJ.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, you heard that shit. Hey, pull that shit up if you can.
Man, what the fuck, bro?
Pull that shit up if you can.
Kicking flat with wrong man.
Oh shit, bro.
Hey, shout out to M Rock, man.
Goddamn reacted with it to it. She talking about something mysteriously happened to me, y'all. Y'all know who did it.
Oh damn. Yo, pull that shit up.
Man.
Hey, who the fuck is Bloody Goy?
Brain talking to me, chalk, some time to teach a lesson. I've been sitting back too long, got a nigga restless. Brain talking to me, chalk, some time to teach a lesson. I've been sitting back too long, nigga getting restless. Got the rock started, knowing that his ass retarded. Keep playing whole games, make your ass a move retarded. Turn that white shirt into a red shirt like you working target. Nigga, I'll be shopping for somebody, this is my market. Matter if you're Harvard Park, Van Ness, all the fruits. Let's tell the truth, murder rock the hardest in the booth. I'm here to talk my bullshit, don't care about the money. I'm here to let the raps bang hard like Big Sonny. It seems that we done got soft, us against them, nigga. I love this beat thing, but it's nothing without the brims, nigga. Fruit Harvard, that's San Diego, NY. Bounce down south, and we still doing the brim slide. Bang, bang, boogie, bang, bang, get your ass wet. No apologies for my side, we a war set. Better keep a strap on your side, a good asset. I ain't getting caught without mines, that's on the set. Bang, bang, boogie, bang, bang, get your ass wet. No apologies for my side, we a war set. Better keep a strap on your
Salute,
side, a good
Snoopy.
asset. I ain't getting caught without mines,
Snoopy,
that's
Snoop,
on the
salute,
set.
homie.
OYG Generals, nigga rage from the soil with all the minerals. I say it again.
OYG General, nigga raised
Hey, 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 Foodie Gang, where your big homie at? Big dog on balls, got a gift for his ass, like I'm Santa Claus. I've been waiting patiently for a face-to-face. Holding there talking shit, that's why his ass feels stay fake it in the movie. You ain't never used the tool, but you did a little video, and you got these people fooled. I'ma slap the teeth up out your mouth, like have them all like, ooh, did Birdie just slap the shit out this nigga, he ain't even move? Facts, I'm tired of these niggas screaming that they 100, like whack. Take the 10 up off that 100, you a 0, like that. Cause you'll be looking up to me from your back. You wanna run that back? Real life, no podcast, better know yourself. Play with the industry, but don't play with death. Boy, these fools that sell out quick when it comes to wealth. Used to be right side, but they switched to left. Bang, bang, boogie, bang, bang, get your ass wet. No apologies for my side, we a war set. Better keep a strap on your side, a good asset. I ain't getting caught without mines, that's on the set. Bang, bang, boogie, bang, bang, get your ass wet. No apologies for my side, we a war set. Better keep a strap on your side, a good asset. I ain't getting caught without mines, that's on the set. Bang, bang, boogie, bang, bang, get your ass wet. No apologies for my side, we a war set. Better keep a strap on your side, a good asset.
How you doing? Feeling good today? Salute, Snoopy. Evie, what's up, man?
Evie in the building. Salute, Eve. Eve, you had me tripping last night. No cap.
Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, call it the name, that's my mafia twin for Jordan Downs. Raise a finger, that's on gorillas, bitches going down. You politicking on Insta, and I'm out holding rounds. Smoke his brother, smoking his brother, now we in the cloud. Played our freestyle in the courtroom, Brody lost his trial. Doing dope all around the kid, so she lost her child. See, this mafia way of living, it's just our lifestyle.
What we talking about today? Happy Monday, y'all know what to do. Back to the Monday. Hope everybody in good spirits.
We are not equal. John Cena, the poor.
Hey, we just lost Quincy Jones, y'all. We just lost Quincy Jones. Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? Losing a lot of them, losing a lot of them, right?
Hell, he been living forever. Shit.
That's the Motown nigga, ain't
it? Yeah.
Pac dated his daughter.
Right. They already got the scandals out there on the. They already got the scandals out there running around on the internet. So what's up, man? What's up, fellas?
Big rolling.
Big rolling. That's what you should do. Looking like they had a federal jail raid at the state where Diddler, aka Diddler, at.
I wonder why they trying to blame it on him when they got him butt crack locked up.
You know they gotta put his name in the papers, put his name in the articles and shit.
Well, I think too because he's a high, celebrity up in there, so a lot of eyes have started looking at that damn place. Yeah. Nigga, how you get meth in there?
Yeah, how you get that?
Hey, how you get that?
Oh, it's ways. It's ways, definitely.
Bro, meth? Look.
Meth, yeah.
Popo could have brought that in there.
Salute my nigga Snoopy.
Yeah, definitely the Popo did that. So what's up, man? It looking like your boy. I don't know if this is true or not. Allegedly. OTF Jam shot and killed for what the homie say? Eating the cheese, right? Eating the cheese on Lil Durk. So let's get to this, man.
They wasted no time on him, nigga. He's supposed to leave and go to Idaho, not go back to Chicago.
Man, that's if this shit true.
To Idaho or Ohio, nigga. Damn.
I don't know what he was thinking if this is true. Salute to Lil Larry Mafia lifestyle. Dabbing Don, no options. Your boy M Rock with Bang Bang, man. If y'all got some good music and y'all some artists out there and y'all want to get played and want y'all shit in rotation, man, go on and send that to my email. It's all right there going across the screen. So let's get to this shit right here, man. This YSL trial, RICO trial still going on. Who the two gentlemen, brother? That's on.
I know one for a fact is on Yak Gotti.
Yeah, Gotti. Is that the short one with the all gray on?
Where he at? You got a picture up or something? I don't see no picture.
You pull him up.
Let me see. Is that Yak? No, I think Yak cut his hair.
Okay, he must be the one in the beginning. And we got Snow Billy, aka Snow Silly, arrested by the feds on weapon charges. This is the guy that was running around with a snitch line. He's one of the guys putting his chest out for the brother. Facing 15 to life after a rifle bust.
Damn, Snow.
And it look like
they trying to get niggas, man. They gotta
always watch your TV. Provided by Always Watch Your TV. Make sure I go over there, like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, we're gonna get into that. But let's get to this. I don't know if this is real or not, but this is I've been seeing a couple news clips on this, videos on Twitter.
Bro, 15 years is starting to sound like life.
That is life. Behind the bars, one day is life. 1 year behind there is life.
This shit is life,
bro.
Shit, yeah.
One day felt like a whole year on that motherfucker for shit show.
That's probably what they were saying. 1 day with the Lord is like of 1,000 years.
God.
So OTF allegedly shot and killed. Let's see this, man. Let's get to it.
That's Miss Lowdown. Salute Miss Lowdown, man. She still goddamn doing her thing.
Yeah, still coming with it. Huh?
I think Miss Lowdown Chicago too for shit show.
Yo, she
even if you still in the chat, I Miss Lowdown from Chicago.
She got a fat one. I say yeah. A fat shoe.
This is all allegedly, y'all. All allegedly.
What?
Y'all already know what's going on. We is in the building, man. As soon as y'all get up in here, make sure y'all smash the like button. Say which number like y'all is. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail.
Always watching TV. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
OTF Jam, man. OTF Jam. I've been hearing that shit been floating around. I've been seeing a lot of people post it, videos, all type of shit. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about the validity of it, see if this shit valid or not. Because I've been seeing it, but we're going to talk about that shit.
I'm not sure
we're talking
either.
about Trap City Rob, man. Trap City Rob and Bloodhound Lil J. Then we got THFG baby, man. THFG baby shot at a THF Lil Law show. We gonna talk about all this shit. First.
Say that again.
It said Trap City Rob got locked up for the murder of Lil J. But I thought he supposed to got off on that shit on self-defense because them niggas pulled up on their shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know how that shit going. Go in Chicago, but if a nigga pull up around here on some bullshit like that and I delete the nigga, that's self-defense, my nigga. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. First things first, though, we're going to start off with the OTF Jam shit. So first things first, man, OTF Jam shit, man. I don't know about the validity of it, but we're going to talk about this shit. I've been seeing videos, pictures. I've been seeing multiple channels post it. They posting videos, goddammit, they posting pictures, all type of shit. So look, man, according to what's being reported right now, OTF Jam has been shot and killed. They posting pictures of his car. They posting pictures of his crib. They posting video.
Right. Fake is death, right? Fake is death, right? Catch me if you can, motherfucker, right? All right.
No, man. He might be visiting Vaughn.
You over there visiting Vaughn?
Visiting Vaughn.
Shows about this shit. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. This shit was a hot situation.
See what's up.
This shit this is the type of shit a person would get killed for. We just speaking on it because they posting this shit, they posting pictures, videos, all type of shit. They saying he got hit up in his car. They saying people waited outside his crib. They posted some pictures of his crib, and
I hit that like button
saying
for your
this
boy,
shit
man.
would even happen is because of the Lil Durk situation. Now, when you the reason that a multi-millionaire is put in jail with the death penalty on the table, you have to know that your life is in danger. You have to know that your life is in danger. To give a damn what y'all relationship is or was, it don't matter. You got my life on the line. My life on the line is because of you. And I got like $50 million and you don't think I'm finna put that shit to use? And whole time, as far as the feds is concerned, OTF Jam would be a big part of their case. He would be, whenever the trial starts, say Lil Durk take the trial.
They get rid of get rid of the witness, they ain't got nothing on. Unless they already got them, But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Reports is that he planned on doing that. He planned on taking the trial, pleading not guilty, all that shit. So when this shit do go to trial, Jam would be an important part of their case. He would be, a quote unquote star witness. You see what I'm saying? So for you to be a star witness in a case that's, threatening my life, death penalty on they trying to kill me and shit like that, and you the star witness for their case, you gotta, and I've got $50 million and I got so-called killers on my payroll, your life in danger, bro. All them components, all them factors that I just named equal your life being in danger. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not 100% on the validity of this shit, but this shit being reported, they speaking on this shit. They posting all type of stories about this shit. So I just feel like, all right, I'm gonna get my opinion on this shit. This was being spoke about and shit like that. But this shit definitely, just off how the situation is set up, I can see it for sure. I can see Jam losing his life for being one of the reasons that a millionaire with killers on his payroll is facing death. I could see Jam getting killed, you know what I'm saying, in this type of situation. Your life is definitely on the line. You know, a person like Jam, life would definitely be on the line, and he would definitely be a whole target, if not a main target. Like, he definitely would be a target in a situation like this, you know. When you got somebody who's being accused of the type of shit that Lil Durk being accused of, they saying Lil Durk allegedly flew killers from Chicago to California to kill somebody all the way in Cali. So you think a person that's being accused of that, let's say they did do it, let's say this shit is true, you being a witness to this, take him down and put his life on the line as far as the death penalty and all that shit, your life will definitely be on the line messing with somebody who of that caliber, somebody that's accused of doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's some real goddamn it. It's some Goodfellas shit going on. Like, the whole time, you know, I ain't never gonna lie, I got a video coming out tomorrow, and I'ma speak on, you know, Lil Durk and what he might have to do to get off this case. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna spoil it right here in this video, but Jimmy did. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Tell on niggas to do a separate trial.
You know, I'm gonna leave it at that. You know.
Think so?
I mean, what you gonna have to do? Either tell on niggas or do a separate trial.
Separate trial, probably. Better off.
Huh?
Separate trial.
Yeah.
Y'all know what Jimmy did when shit got real, and goddamn it, you know, it started.
You talking about Jimmy the Gent? Jimmy the Gent started murking shit. Started eliminating. he started eliminating
the
witnesses.
He was knocking the motherfuckers off.
Shit. Come on. I don't know what's going on my Instagram connection, y'all. If y'all hearing from over there, man. For some reason, it says live over here, but it ain't. I don't see it live over there. So.
You said you're on IG?
Yeah. FamWest_TV. Yeah.
Man, Wavy Game, if you in here, bro, stop sending me shit, bro. Like, for real, bro.
And it look like, oh shit, I gotta, you know, Jimmy went ahead and did what he had to do, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of people wasn't around no more after Jimmy did what he had to do. And you know what happened, Jimmy, he ain't go to, you know what I'm saying, Jimmy got up out that jam on phone, but you know,
on phone.
Yeah, man.
That nigga named DMV Tino trying to interview me.
Life in jail and death penalty. And his label bogus, because that song's still up. That We Slid song, that Slide for Vine song, that song's still up. So that just let me know his label is on some shit like, man, F him. His label on some shit like F him. He faced.
Let me go. Yo, let's go.
Bro, these that's locked in the kennel. These niggas gon' hate when your ass getting bigger. All she wanna fuck is my ass getting bigger. Hyped up in this bitch, they know I'm that nigga. Cartier on my wrist is giving the shivers. I'm in the mix getting rich with my nigga. Why you broke as fuck down bad being bitter? She on my dick cause she know I'm a winner. New SRT, I'ma skid it the engine. Fuck it, I'm finna pop out and get litty. Fuck it, I'm finna pop out and get litty. Nigga, we turn up the city.
I also see another post say he was attacked. I don't know. Shit crazy.
Said he was attacked?
Yeah, it's another. Somebody did a video saying OTF Jam was attacked for snitching on Dirt. It's another one saying he got deleted for snitching on Dirt.
Some say, okay.
We gotta wait to say Cheese or somebody post that shit, or Tim Z.
TMZ.
Yeah, TMZ will most definitely post if it's.
That or Chicago, like Chicago News or something like that.
Trench's News. Is Trench's talking about it? You know, Trench's federal. He'll know.
I don't know. Let's see. Pull it up. It definitely is federal.
That nigga Swipe. That nigga named Damn Vitino trying to interview me.
You got a channel and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's who want to do an interview about Richmond. Yeah, he wanted to talk about the city.
Well, he
could do a most dangerous hood interview.
He want to do a pull up or
I don't think he want to pull up out here, fam. Not from Maryland.
Okay, here we go. 6 days. Nah. That's got out of jam. Nope. Trench's News ain't said nothing.
Yeah, that joke up in the air right now and then.
Yeah, it's up in the air. It's up in the air, y'all. It's up in the air. All right.
Shit show.
Where we at?
I bet.
So he may still be alive, y'all. But check this out, man. They was talking about this federal jail raid at the spot with Diddy. Authorities launch interagency operation at the federal jail in New York housing Sean Diddy Combs.
Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn housing Sean Diddy Combs raided by the feds today.
Jail or prison is expected to be a 5-star hotel. We know that, but it's not supposed to be a house of horrors either.
Yeah, the troubled and violent Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn housing Sean Diddy Combs raided by the feds today. They're investigating poor conditions, rampant drug smuggling, mounting violence, and repeated inmate deaths.
I would assume
get in there snitching, y'all.
In Sunset Park with what's really going on in Dartmouth.
Well, Bill, the Bureau of Prisons will only say this is an interagency operation to maintain a safe environment. But sources tell ABC News that inmates are not the target, and attorneys who've been seeing clients here for years
did a snitching on them people, y'all.
None of these issues are revelations that all of a sudden, oh my goodness, we need to go and address them.
Early Monday morning, staffers at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn met by dozens of federal agents and drug-sniffing dogs in search of any illegal items being smuggled inside.
One is left to wonder, is it the publicity, from
man, y'all got 6ix9ine and
those notoriety, those well-known that are trying to get out of there. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions.
Sean Combs and crypto mogul Sam Bankman-Fried are currently being held at MDC in Sunset Park, but it's where other high-profile inmates like R. Kelly, Michael Cohen, Fetty Wap, and Farmer Bro Martin Scarelli were lodged at one point in time.
There is constant violence. I have with me right now memo after memo after memo as to lockdowns. I can't tell you how many times I go to visit a client and I'm turned away because there's either an emergency count or there's an emergency lockdown.
In September, 9 inmates at MDC were indicted for violent crimes, including 2 murders inside the facility. 7 staff members have been arrested on a range of crimes, from accepting bribes to providing contraband in the last 5 years. And just 2 weeks ago, federal prosecutors announced a Queens murder-for-hire plot that was orchestrated from inside of MDC using an illegal cell phone that was captured on surveillance video back in December 2023. And in 2019, the Department of Justice sought an investigation into a power and heat outage. And just 2 weeks ago,
there's an emergency count, or there's an emergency lockdown.
In September, 9 inmates at MDC were indicted for violent crimes, including 2 murders inside the facility. 7 staff members have been arrested on a range of crimes, from accepting bribes to providing contraband in the last 5 years. And just 2 weeks ago, federal prosecutors announced a Queens murder-for-hire plot that was orchestrated from inside of MDC using an illegal cell phone that was captured on surveillance video back in December 2023. And in 2019, the Department of Justice sought an investigation into a power and heat outage at MDC that lasted more than a week in the dead of winter.
I visit clients at other federal facilities, and I don't see this.
Now, this interagency operation could last for several days. Reporting live in Sunset Park, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Damn, homie. Them motherfuckers in that little federal penitentiary goddamn crooked as hell, ain't it?
Yeah, they doing all types of wild shit up in that bitch. You think they gonna keep them in there all the way up to the trial?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Looking bad.
Unless they shut that bitch down and send them somewhere else. So, what they trying to petition for a transfer form or something?
Yeah, he trying to get that. Cause I don't think he gonna get no I don't think he gonna get no home.
He ain't gonna get no home base until he gets sentenced for shit show. Go to like some type of camp or.
Looking bad for you, boy.
Yeah.
Derek Trabb represented a man.
They said that junk fucked up in there too. Shit show.
But he like isolated, so
yeah.
I don't think he. I don't know. He probably by the ward, like by the medical or whatever. I don't know. Never been in no federal joint.
He says he
and got down 6'9" cell mates in that bitch.
Digital evidence from Diddy's freak off.
Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna pull that crazy
parties. His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females.
What the
drive
fuck?
also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim
They having
Porter
a man
memoir,
on
that her 4 kids insist is fake. Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, who's his attorney, beginning with the question of whether the participants in the video even knew they were being recorded. Were there any cameras in places where you'd assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Well, I've never been in this house, but the picture,
Oh,
yes.
Lord, goddamn
Yes.
TD Jakes.
That's what took place, yeah.
You're aware of
Hey man, this is current
surreptitious
events.
cameras that were recording
Well,
in
Talk
private
is
places
wrong,
like
I
man.
didn't see the cameras. You could tell how the person was angled. I knew that it was a camera there because I was there.
Jakes done turned on
I wasn't
Diddy,
there.
y'all.
I don't know if the person was too tall, he was holding it or whatever, but I wasn't there.
May I ask you this, Courtney? And Ariel, you can jump in on this as well, but I want to hear from Courtney first. Your home was raided by federal authorities, and I assume it is because of this material. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that. They just went to every one of them looking for me. They said, the paperwork said the 24th, that I had to be there the 28th, and then it was the 27th. I can't make it there. That's tomorrow. So I don't know. From the look of it, it was 4 days.
And I want to be specific. When we talk about a raid, we're talking about when a subpoena is served for documents, a search warrant or an arrest warrant. In this situation, Mr. Burgess was not.
You liking that? Huh?
Got that Burberry. She got that Burberry on, nigga.
Yeah, top to bottom, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hair matching and everything.
Styling and profiling. Beside the evil TD Jakes. Yes. Evil twin. That's DT Jakes, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
DT Shakes.
DT Snakes, nigga. The puffy hater.
In any way, shape, or form, had a search warrant or an arrest warrant issued for him. It was just them serving a subpoena. So when the federal government needs to serve a subpoena, they use the Marshal Service to come to all of your residences if you have more than one residence. So in this situation, they sent marshals to all of Mr. Burgess's residences, and that was somehow construed or understood or turned into a raid, but he did not face a raid. It was just to serve him a subpoena.
Ariel, do you believe that the subpoenas were issued and executed based on the federal authorities' knowledge that these flash drives existed and had this kind of compromising material?
I think it was based on statements that Mr. Burgess made in a prior interview.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be,
rephrase it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded
having
intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
How the fuck he know this? He was there.
Also on the flash drives, Courtney,
he said he saw flat
was
tape.
what looked to be a manuscript written by, it appears to be a woman who had taken Kim Porter's private journals and had written a book. Is that accurate?
We don't know.
I don't know
how. Yeah.
I don't know how, who wrote it, put it together, but it was from her when I spoke to her.
What you received on the flash drives, was it the completed book or was it notes from Kim Porter that later were made into a book?
It was completed. It's only 60,
Okay.
only about 54 pages.
Sure, and in the beginning, it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word, and this book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
Have you read it yet? I haven't even read the book.
Do you know who the woman is?
No.
And to be clear, he received it in its complete.
He said he didn't read the book. Did he describe?
Man, can you rewind that? Because I need to hear that again, bro. Is he saying did he read it when he first got it, or?
I don't know. Listen.
Going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is what you received on the flash drives. Was it the completed book, or was it notes from Kim Porter that later were made into a book?
It was completed. It's only 60.
Okay.
Only about 54 pages.
Sure. And in the beginning, it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word, and this book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
It's have you read it? Yes. I haven't even read the book.
Yeah. Do you know who the woman is?
No.
And to be clear, he received it in its complete form. So I think
It
just
reveals
to
new
make sure we have some
reactions,
clarity
y'all.
here,
Yeah.
This nigga a cloud chaser, fam.
that Mr. Burgess
Look at
received is
cloud
already
chase.
in its complete form.
How you cloud chasing on the
It's not that
news,
he
man? This some
edited it or
bullshit.
changed anything.
Got it.
He did give it to someone
Makes
else
sense.
who then edited it, but that's not how he received it.
Okay,
Come
so
on,
Ariel,
BT Snakes.
did your client, Courtney, receive the book from the woman who seems to have written it, saying, I'm a woman of my word, and this book is going to make it to print?
I don't know if he received it from a man or a woman. He can answer.
I received it from a man. I tell you, somebody she was dating.
For anyone struggling with ear ringing, do not drink cold water. You may not know this. The biological reason why.
Now it's somebody she was dating. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you know
You
if
fucking the bitch, nigga.
the notes
How about
from the
that?
book really were from Kim Porter?
It was, yes, because I spoke to her probably like 6 hours before I got it, received it.
You spoke to
Kim
who?
Porter?
Yes.
So
Just
Kim
saying hi. Just saying hi. Then
Okay, Ariel, go ahead and give me
Yeah,
clarity
this
on the
nigga.
timeline.
No, I'm trying to get him to provide clarity.
Yeah, this nigga.
Was there a conversation with
No, I
her,
was
or
talking to the person, and he said, "Hold up, this is Courtney. Be right here. Let me say something to him." He said, "I know him. Put me on speaker." Then that's how we end up speaking.
and then later
Then
somebody brought somebody else came and brought you the manuscript?
Right. Before I left ATL.
To the best of your knowledge, Courtney, do you believe that the manuscript is truly
No,
based
maybe-
on
no,
Kim
that
Porter's
maybe he,
diaries? Because there is a lot of dialogue.
Maybe
Shit don't add up, though, fam. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Could do you think he may be trying to protect somebody else?
Might be. Well, he cloud
He's
chasing.
definitely not telling the total truth.
Yeah. You could tell. You know what I mean? The timeline. So so the motherfucker who wrote the book boyfriend gave him the shit, right? Ain't that's what this
he
nigga
said-
I know I ain't tripping, ain't that's what he said?
He said her Kim Porter's boyfriend, I think.
Okay, the Kim Porter boyfriend gave it to him. And he
I could
spoke
be
to
wrong.
Kim.
It could be the boyfriend of the one that like Kim Porter's closest
Alright, but I'm
homegirl or
saying though,
whatever,
alright.
but that's the boyfriend.
Why him though, fam? You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Why him? Out of all
He's
people, why him?
supposedly some insider, some industry insider. He was around some of these people at the time. You know, everybody trying to chase a bag. You see, even the lawyer. You know, she gonna do what it gotta do to get that bag.
I gotta get my nigga. Push, how you feel about this, Push?
Yo, Push.
Push might be busy.
No, I'm here, bro. Just hollering at my daughter.
Oh, okay. Handle your business, my nigga.
No, I'm good.
Now, how you feel about DT Snakes right here, man?
Oh gosh, that dude. This dude. Right. What's his name? Rollo Goodlove, right here.
Oh God, bro.
From the
Put your nigga
Boondocks.
music. Nigga beats over there. Let's go, Push.
That's who he is. He Rollo Goodlove, nigga, right there. don't know if y'all seen that dude on the Boondocks.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
That's who he is to me.
All right, let's play this back.
From a man or a woman, he can answer.
I received it from a man. I tell you, somebody she was dating.
Yeah,
comes off as a con artist, bro.
But I'm saying,
definitely
did he got? I don't know, bro. He said he got it from a dude that Kim Porter was dating, right?
I think
the person who wrote the book.
Was supposed to handle
the one that put the notes together.
I think just to make sure we have some clarity here.
Yes.
This book became public to the world. What you received on the flash drives, was it the completed book or was it notes from Kim Porter that later were made into a book?
It was completed. It's only 60, only about 54 pages. It was
Sure, and in the beginning, it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word, and this book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
It's how you read it, yes. I haven't even read the book.
Do you know who the woman is?
No.
And to be clear, he received it in its complete form. So I think just to make sure we have some clarity here, the manuscript that Mr. Burgess received was already in its complete form. It's not that he edited it or changed anything. He did give it to someone else who then edited it, but that's not how he received it.
Okay, so Ariel, did your client, Courtney, receive the book from the woman who seems to have written it, saying, I'm a woman of my word, and this book is going to make it to print?
I don't know if he received it from a man or a woman. He can answer.
I received it from a man. I tell you, somebody she was dating.
Do you know if the notes from the book really were from Kim Porter?
It was, yes, because I spoke to her probably like 6 hours before I received it.
You spoke to Kim Porter?
Yes.
So Kim
Just
Porter.
saying hi.
Okay.
Man, this nigga,
so he spoke.
He got dementia or some shit. What the fuck going on, man?
I don't know. Everybody chasing
kind of spaced out, bro.
Look like a plan.
Just saying hi.
Okay, Ariel, go ahead and give me clarity on the timeline.
No, I'm trying to get him to provide clarity of, was there a conversation with
her?
No,
I was talking to the person and he said, hold up, this is Courtney, be right here. Let me say something to him. He said, I know him, put me on speaker. Then that's how we end up speaking.
And then later, somebody else came and brought you the manuscript.
Right.
That
before I left ATL.
Crazy.
To the best of your...
somebody else came and brought you the...
Like that bird.
Put me on speaker. Then that's how we end up speaking.
And then later, somebody else came and brought you the manuscript.
Right. Before I left ATL.
To the best of your knowledge, Courtney, do you believe that the manuscript is truly based on Kim Porter's diaries? Because there is a lot of dialogue in there. It is pages and pages of actual dialogue, which, I mean, I can't remember breakfast today, let alone dialogue from 5, 10, 15, and 20 years ago.
Look at this nigga, bro. He looks spaced out like a
maybe,
bro, maybe it's the glasses.
I'm not a
It's
woman.
just his body moving and everything.
Got female friends and relatives. They always come to the house scoring because what went on in the relationship. And you can't,
I don't know, this dude probably got a lot of dirt on him.
Important to stop
reporting about everybody else.
Yeah, no, he got some bullshit prop.
You know, some weird fetish. He was at the Diddy party. Hell no.
Yeah, he was TDJ stunt double in there.
You know what I'm saying? Him and the doggone preacher was with the oil.
Oh man.
It's time for me to get down, Bob. Put DT down there. Put DT down there. He look just like me and everything. Put DT. You like to get swallowed. You like to get swallowed.
Sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
There is a formula amongst the entertainment industry where women and people, young men as well, are taken advantage of, and there is a way of doing it.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
That is manipulation at its finest.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
Not a lot of people have the strength to talk about it because they're scared for their life.
Talk about it.
There is a formula amongst the entertainment industry where women and people, young men as well, are taken advantage of, and there is a way of doing it. There's drugs involved. There's manipulation involved. There is all sorts of abuse involved in the situation that we are in. And not a lot of people have the strength to talk about it because they're scared for their life, their safety, their career could be ended.
Getting all your daily nutrients is hard work, but nutrition gaps in your diet are inevitable.
Take that. Can't stop, won't stop.
I'll give you some background to how I ended up at a Diddy party. As a model in the entertainment industry, you are encouraged by your agent, your booker, your manager, to attend parties, to socialize, to network, to possibly gain jobs in the model industry. So when you're presented with that kind of, experience, you think, wow, this is an opportunity to go far in my career. I can meet the right people. I can get to meet all these amazing celebrities. Like, why not go? It's an opportunity pretty much of a lifetime because not everybody gets the opportunity to go to these white parties and the branded vodka party. It's really invite only. So I was approached by a VRP host, a kind of a club promoter, but on a higher scale, as it were. And he basically said, I host these amazing parties. Everything is taken care of. You don't have to worry about anything. We provide accommodation. So when you go to the Hamptons, there is a house that you could stay at, which is very beautiful, very lavish, very stylish. And you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to pay for anything. Everything is covered. So they would provide a car service. So the car would come and pick us up from the house. Or if we're coming directly from Manhattan, the black SUVs would come and, basically get us from the city and take us to the Hamptons. On this particular occasion, I was invited to Diddy's white party, and I was, amongst other models that I was.
Don't be the ones, the white parties.
We all got onto
Don't be the ones right there, fam.
Basically taking us from Manhattan to Long Island, which is where the Hamptons is.
Sounds like a good time, right?
Facts.
There was a party in the Hamptons by a club that did a pop-up during the season for some season. And I was there with some other models, and there was several other A-list celebrities in amongst the rest of the people that were attending. They had the table on, I would say, the left side, and then on the right side there was Diddy's inner circle. So he wasn't present at that time, but his inner circle that had been at multiple other parties, white parties, the vodka parties, was there. And then before I know, I felt like something tapping me, and I turned away from my girlfriends and I look, and it's a security guard, but it's not the club security. It's the inner circle of Diddy's crew. One of his security had come over to me and was saying, "Do you want to come over to our table?" basically. And I turned and I said, I just ignored him. I just carried on like it didn't happen. So I'm enjoying myself. Then I start to feel something cold. So I turned, and one of his inner circle friends, rappers, that was very close to him, was throwing ice at me. In the middle of a club, throwing ice at me to get my attention. And because it's been a few years and I've been exposed to these people, I turned and looked at this rapper, dead in his face, and I just showed him a disgust. I was just so disgusted with that type of behavior and the way that they treat women. And the thought of him thinking that he could just get away with doing something like that and just feel comfortable in doing it, because nobody's going to turn around and say, you can't be throwing ice at a woman in a club, in a crowded club like this. Nobody said anything to him. Not a single person. I looked to the left to look at the A-list celebrities who were also drinking and having a good time on their own tables. They looked at me and they just, they kind of was aware of it and didn't say anything.
That was Bow Wow throwing that ice round.
Okay. So I turned back around. I just gave him a look of disgust, and I turned and went back to my friends.
Bow Wow said he missed Diddy parties. He said ain't shit to do no more.
Allegedly, did he get assaulted in a limo by the body?
Bro, everybody always be like, I only played a little bit. And then just got out.
A person who was drugged initially when I very first started going to these industry parties, and that was the vodka brand that I was drinking with a splash of cranberry juice. And the fact that I sipped that drink, and it was only one sip that I needed to take for me to have felt that initial thing that happened to me. I mean, it literally was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me in my life, because it's never going away. That kind of experience is left with you. But if they had tried to do anything to me in that party when I was drugged, I wouldn't have been able to protect myself. I wouldn't have been able to push them away. I mean, models go through so much, and people don't seem to understand what we go through. We're exposed to the most crazy people. And so many of them are scared to talk about it, because they don't want to be.
Here come the
They're worried for their lives, you know. They don't want to be hurt in any way.
Nah, for real. We don't condone that.
To me, I think the common sense of a situation like that would have been the fact that their parents should have been present at all times. There is no way that their parents should have left their children with this man by themselves.
You said some real shit right there.
Yeah.
We don't condone none of that type of behavior. If he's if he's convicted of all the charges, yes, we send that nigga away. But, they definitely some people trying to get a bag out of this. Definitely, the wolves, hyenas coming out, grab that bag.
Goddamn coyotes.
What we got?
Tasmanian devils.
Speaking of some devilish, crazy ass shit, y'all. What's up with this shit right here? This is wild. This one is dark, devilish. No matter of fact, let's get to this. It's only right. For all the ratchetness out there. All that ratchet girls. The question. He said, would you do double penetration? Speaking of all them baby parties. Ask random women on the strip, on streets, this question.
Have you ever tried a double penetration before?
What the fuck?
No, I actually have not. But I will say this. I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe if the opportunity presented itself, I might. I feel like you have to experience everything once.
Oh, she a freak.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell
sorry.
you something on my bucket list though.
Whoa, go ahead.
I want to have sex while driving. Like, I want to be riding dick while the car is in motion.
Oh yeah, she ran.
And you're sitting on top of him riding it while he's driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you don't think that could be dangerous at all?
Freaky bitch.
Don't get into a car crash. That would be hard to explain to my parents.
Okay.
Your parents gonna watch this
But I'm afraid
video,
it's not gonna
bitch.
happen. I'm gonna do it with somebody that is an excellent driver.
Yeah, would you prefer to do it on the highway or the local road?
No, the highway.
So she was gonna pray.
Really?
Yeah.
Straight on the-
Maybe like late at night when it's not so busy.
Okay, that's
Early in
understandable.
the morning.
That's understandable. Wow. Okay. And then going back to double penetration. So you would be open to trying it then?
Yeah.
Okay. And in
Let's
terms
go.
of like either
She's a
doing
freaky
both
freak.
penises within the
She's a
vagina
freaky,
or one
freaky
in the front
girl.
door and the back door.
One in the front door, one in the back door.
That's your preference.
That's my preference.
Okay.
I would do it that way.
Okay.
What?
You definitely
What?
would not do the two penises through the vagina?
That's what the double. Okay. Okay, she trying to get the G ran on her. Salute, cuz.
And in terms of like either
She trying
doing
to get
both
G.
penises through the vagina or one in the front door and the back door.
One in the front door, one in the back door.
That's your preference.
That's my preference.
Okay.
I would do it that way.
Okay. You definitely would not do the two penises through the vagina?
That's too much.
Okay. Okay.
Like you
That's
too,
too much. That's
cuz.
too much.
That would be too crazy.
Too crazy for me. I'm not that
Yeah,
wild.
she's a slutty slut.
I'm not ready for that.
Okay. If you were to do the double penetration, front door and back door, would it have to be like two guys that you know extremely well, or could it be like in a one night stand with like two random guys?
Okay, so it can't be two random guys. Maybe like one guy that I know and maybe a random. But I
Hold
don't
on,
think
Biden. She
I
goes,
can't be two strangers.
boy.
I don't know how I would have to touch and maybe like I met another person outside, you're outside, and I met another person.
God bless her.
I get what you're saying.
But strangers, no, absolutely not.
Okay. And you wouldn't prefer having two people that you know really well? Then that's what?
No.
That's too much familiarity?
Straight raw, too.
Familiarity.
Familiarity. Yeah.
Yep, however you say it.
Straight raw,
Too much
too,
for me.
right?
Even if I would have a threesome with me, another girl, and a guy, it would have to be a guy that I know and like a random girl.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because you feel like it could be awkward with the person that you know really well afterwards?
That might be a little bit weird to them that I know. Okay. And maybe getting them to do it together might be a little weird. Okay. I don't know. I still gotta be around both of you. So like one of them.
Wow. Let's get to
This
the
junk
next.
right here wide open, boy. I ain't lying.
Let's get to the next one.
What's her Instagram?
I don't know. We on IG, so maybe they'll pull up there. Got the picture up there. Y'all can go find that picture.
I'm ready to Google her face.
Google. Now here's the next one.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Would you ever, or have you ever done double penetration?
Oh, with two men?
Yeah, two guys. Yeah, exactly.
I've never been that lucky. No, because the men that I know, they're not open for that.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're open for it, but the guys you're with are not open to it?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I go, hey, boy,
Oh, yeah, these.
Yeah.
hey, you want to do something with number two?
Oh, yeah,
And they'll be like, oh, no, bitch.
Where he at, in Vegas or something?
But
That
hey,
look like New York.
you know,
Assuming
honestly, I think that's every woman's fantasy. So
Really?
He downtown somewhere.
They won't
double
admit it.
penetration
They might not admit
specifically,
it.
or just like a threesome with two guys?
No, I think like, boom, boom. Yeah.
That nigga might be in Miami or something.
Oh my God, because I feel like that would bring you to some
Serenity.
Some Buddha.
Yeah. Buddha enlightenment.
Enlightenment.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Just the
Absolutely.
amount of pleasure.
Yeah,
like stimulation.
Like, you know,
Which one would you prefer? Like two in the same hole, or like one in the front, one in the back?
I think one in the front, one in the back.
Okay. You think that's where it's
do it. If we're gonna do it,
Motherfuckers trying to
And I feel
swing
like
them
that would
doors, boy.
escalate
Like,
then.
Okay.
Because they could both control their own
Oh, I see.
entry.
Yeah,
But the
I
guys
get you.
I know,
Yeah.
they're afraid. They don't want to bump.
They don't want to bump yet.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, I
no,
get you.
yeah.
No bumping schlong.
She's trying to
what
get
I'm-
sandwiched.
So that way they can each like retain their autonomy and they don't have to like interact with the
What I
other.
miss,
I
man?
like put a blindfold.
She trying to get set. Hey, fam, where they at? In Miami or something?
That is a fascinating
New Year's
idea.
coming.
Yeah.
I don't know. From that,
Man,
the
it
way
look
that
like
look,
they in
it could
Miami.
be. Yeah, it could
Downtown
be Miami.
somewhere.
Yeah, definitely not out here. Play that back a little. What I miss?
Oh, I see.
Oh, she ready
Yeah,
too,
guys,
fam.
Wow. Just the amount of pleasure.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The two
She
holes.
said she
Yeah.
down with it, but the nigga
Oh my
she
God,
fuck
because
with
I feel
ain't
like
down
that
with that
would
type
bring
of shit.
Serenity.
Some
Yeah, they
soda.
were trying to
Yeah.
get that.
Good enlightenment.
Enlightenment.
She
Yes.
wants it.
Okay.
That's the
Wow.
that's the
Just
crazy
the
part.
amount
She
of
wants
pleasure.
it.
Yeah,
Like
she wants
stimulation.
She's like, nah, man, I'm just not gonna put in them
Which one
overtime
would you
work,
prefer?
until
Like
overtime
two in the
hours.
same hole, or like one in the front, one in the back?
I think one in the front, one in the back.
Okay, you think that's
Yeah.
That's
where
why
it's
no back door hit different.
And I feel like that's what emasculates the men. Because they could both control their own
Oh, I see.
entry.
Yeah,
the
I
guys
get you.
I know,
Yeah.
they're afraid. They don't want to bump.
They don't want to bump yet.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
I get
That
it.
front door,
No
back
bumping
door
schlong.
hit
Total
different.
masculinity.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
So that way they
Doing
can
no
each like
sword
retain their
pointing.
autonomy and they don't
Fuck
have
outta
to like interact with the other guy.
Maybe if I like put a blindfold on, lead them
He
into
really
the room.
trying
Make
to
it
be a
up.
freak.
Yeah, she tried to get
That is a
crazy.
fascinating
And New
idea.
Year's
Trying to be at the
I really
dinner
appreciate it.
party.
Thank
Said
you.
it. I was ready to say
Would you
that.
ever consider
All
doing
white
double
or fail.
penetration?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Have you done it before?
No.
Okay.
she
Okay, but
wants
thinking
to.
about
She
it right
said
now, it
quick.
seems like something that could be really hot that you get pleasure.
Correct.
Okay. Would you prefer them to do the same hole or like front and back?
Ooh, either.
Either one.
Either is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a preference? or you have no preference?
Ah, Charlie.
No preference. Whatever the moment provides.
Okay. So has any guy ever
She's
asked
open
you for that kind of
to
thing?
No. Yeah. Well, not two.
One, yes, but not two.
But not two, like jointly.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't feel that it could be too painful or that could be too overwhelming? You feel confident that you could handle it?
Yes, because I think if it was overwhelming or painful, I could speak up.
Okay.
But and I feel confident that if I were to do that with somebody,
That's
They
a
would be
crazy question to be going around
and I would be
asking
able to
people.
handle it, and if they were being respectful, I'd shut them down.
Okay, yes, okay, that makes sense. Okay. And I guess final thing is, what if they both had extremely large penises? Does that change anything?
Random folks.
It doesn't change anything, but it would be a conversation. It would be a lot of food. It would be. When you say extremely large, what are you referring to?
I would say 8 or larger.
Okay, that's a lot.
Okay.
But we'd work with it.
Okay.
We'd work with it. Yeah.
You still think you can make it happen with the right lube and foreplay? Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not as confident about that.
Okay. I get
But-
what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah.
You think it's possible?
Oh, it's definitely possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Full penetration.
Double. What you mean, like?
Penetration. Let's do first 2 penises within the vagina.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, definitely not.
No. I'm a one person. I'm a one person girl. Yes.
Oh man,
I don't,
we found one.
I don't like.
We found a good girl.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm into that. I like
Okay.
clean
And not
girl.
like, one in the front door, one in the
Church
back door.
girl.
You don't like that either? No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Let's go.
What are your thoughts? Definitely not.
Nah, she said nah, cause she said
neither one,
nah.
Front door, back
That's
door.
what I got. That's
She won't it. She
I
capped.
look like the freak on this one.
She said no, cause she said no.
She
Nah,
done
I
said it
mean,
with
fam.
confidence, right? That's
Yeah, I would have busted her bubble if I asked her that shit. Nah, you just said
One in
no,
the front
cause she
door, one in the
said
back
no.
door. You don't like that either? No.
Sorry.
Okay. What are your thoughts? Definitely not. So neither one. Front door, back door, and 2 in the front. Neither.
No, I wouldn't even do 2, but I'm okay with the front and the back.
You're okay with them going in both entrances, but only one. You don't want 2 guys involved. If it was 2 guys that you knew really well, and perhaps they wanted to like experiment, they wanted to like spice things up, like you would never consider it.
No.
Okay.
That's the porn star level.
Porn star?
It gotta be some porn star level because I like to be intimate with my guy. If
Yes.
I only see little people that I really like.
That's
That's
dope.
how I am. So 2 people at the same time.
That's wifey right there.
Is it because you
fam.
feel like the bond is stronger
clean
than just one
girl.
other person?
Yes. And I'm jealous. I get jealous.
Oh, and you get jealous, right? Okay, so you really don't like sharing.
What them young niggas
I
get right
appreciate
up right there. See, them be the Justin niggas don't bring home the mama.
Hey guys, it's me, Anthony. If you like my videos and you want to go the extra mile to
them
support
young
my
niggas
content,
nowadays
then
bring
please
home
consider
the wild
clicking the link
freaks.
in my bio. Thank you.
You heard me, fam.
I don't think you'll hold out with me. I'm just saying though.
I'm not gonna speak on it.
You not gonna speak on it?
I'm not gonna speak on it.
You wanna find out?
Oh, she ready. Hey, fam.
Yeah.
I said, them young niggas, they ain't bringing home the good girls no more. They bringing home the wild freaks.
yeah, definitely.
For shit show.
That's wild. Now this one I ain't see. I guess that's the video afterwards. But let's get to this wild shit before we get to this YSL.
Alright.
This right here is real sensitive, y'all. We don't believe in violence.
Man, hold.
What
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Lose his husband. Discover wife has her.
Yes.
Nah, I'm on mute.
Man, and it ends horrific.
Late 20s, Zay was ready to settle down. He was ambitious, successful, and had a tight-knit circle of friends. Friends who had seen him through the ups and downs of life. There was Tobias, a cool-headed guy Zay had known since they were kids. Tobias, or Toby, was one of the kindest, most level-headed people you'd ever meet.
That's
He
what
had an easy
happened.
smile,
Nigga, your name
a calm
Toby.
demeanor,
That's what
and a
happened to
reputation
you.
for always having Zay's back. And then
Fuck
there was
you,
Marcus,
Toby.
a bit rougher around the edges but loyal to the bone. Marcus was the friend who always wanted to know what you needed before you even asked. The kind of guy who'd help you move at 3 a.m. if you called. Zay thought he had it all. He had just married the love of his life, Imani, a beautiful, intelligent woman who had swept him off his feet the moment they met. Imani was charming, elegant, and radiated an effortless confidence. They had dated for just over a year before Zay popped the question, and their wedding day was nothing short of magical. Family and friends gathered from all over, celebrating the new couple with joy and excitement for their future. But little did Zay know, Imani had been harboring a secret. A secret that, when revealed, would shatter the illusion of perfection Zay had built around his life and marriage. After the ceremony, the newlyweds arrived at their downtown loft, where they were set to spend their first night as husband and wife. The loft was chic, modern, and filled with luxurious touches that reflected Zay's success. They walked in, hand, basking in the glow of the evening. Imani excused herself to the bathroom to freshen up. Zay, sipping a glass of bourbon, smiled to himself. He felt like the luckiest man alive. But the calmness of that moment would not last. As Imani emerged from the bathroom, Zay's smile faded. His eyes scanned her as she walked towards him. Something was different. She seemed nervous. Zay put his drink down and walked toward her. "Hey, you all right?" he asked, concern creeping into his voice. Imani nodded, but there was hesitation in her eyes. A deep breath, then a long pause. "I need to tell you something," she said quietly, her voice barely audible. Zay tilted his head, his brow furrowed. He could feel a chill run through his body, sensing something was wrong. "Tell me what?" he asked, his voice softer now, trying to coax the words out of her. Another pause. Imani was trembling now, her hands clasped tightly in front of her. Finally, she spoke. "I wasn't completely honest with you." Zay's stomach tightened. The air in the room felt suddenly heavy. "What do you mean?" His voice was low, steady, but his heart was beginning to race. Imani took another breath and looked away. "I was born different." Zay blinked, not fully understanding. "Different? What are you talking about?" There was a long silence before Imani finally let the words spill out. I'm not like other women, Zay. I was born with something that I've hidden my whole life." Zay stood frozen, his mind scrambling to make sense of what she was saying. "I'm not just a woman, I was born with... I have..." She struggled to say the words, but Zay didn't need her to finish. He understood. Zay's face turned cold. He stepped back, his eyes wide in shock. His mind raced as he processed what she had just confessed. This wasn't something he could have ever prepared for. "You mean to tell me..." His voice trailed off as the words failed him. "How could you..." Imani reached for him, her voice pleading. "I wanted to tell you so many times, but I was scared. I love you, Zay. I didn't want to lose you." Zay couldn't hear her. The sound of his pulse was pounding in his ears. Rage, confusion, betrayal, all swirling in his mind. He had just married her. Had she deceived him all this time? "You..." Zay started, his voice breaking. "You lied to me. You let me marry you without telling me this?" "I wanted to tell you I did, but I was afraid," Imani cried. "Please, Zay, you have to understand." "Understand?" Zay's voice was sharp now. "Understand what? That my wife isn't who she said she was? That I just married someone who kept the biggest secret of her life from me?" Imani was crying now, pleading for him to listen, but Zay was already gone. His mind was unraveling. He had built his entire life around her, around them. He couldn't fathom this. He couldn't bear it. "I can't do this." Zay shook his head, pacing around the room, his emotions spinning out of control. "I can't. I won't." Imani tried to move toward him, but Zay pushed her back, his hands trembling. "I don't know who you are," he spat, venom in his voice. "You're not the woman I thought I loved." The room was thick with tension. Imani stood there, her body shaking, tears streaming down her face. Zay paced like a caged animal, unable to calm himself. Zay's...
"What's your credit card debt balance? If it's $10,000 or more..."
I wanted to just really
download motherfuckers that be doing some weird shit. This motherfucker got married to somebody he didn't know. How you not know the person you with?
How you test the
you
bro, man, that shit crazy.
Look under the hood, check that shit. What the fuck?
Money, nigga. What you talking about? Eric Money, nigga.
Impenetrable. The tension lingered in the air like smoke from a burning house, neither one knowing what to say or how to move forward. Zay sat at the edge of their bed, his head in his hands, unable to meet Imani. Williams motioned for him to follow. They walked down the hall and into a small room where evidence was laid out on a table. Williams gestured to a stack of papers, letters to be more precise. Zay frowned as he looked closer. They were addressed to Tobias, but the return address was unfamiliar. A name stood out on the letters. Darnell Rhodes. "Darnell Rhodes," Williams said, crossing his arms. "Ring any bells?" Zay shook his head. "Never heard of him." Williams's expression darkened. "Well, Darnell Rhodes was released from prison 6 months ago. He was serving time for a crime that happened in your neighborhood a few years back." Zay's blood ran cold. He vaguely remembered hearing about a guy named Darnell who had gotten locked up for robbery. But why was he writing to Tobias? Why would Tobias be in contact with him? Zay asked, his voice tense. Williams glanced at Zay, his face unreadable. That's what we're trying to figure out. But from the looks of these letters, they were close. And Darnell's been out for a while now. We think he might have had something to do with what happened. Zay's mind reeled. How did Tobias know this guy? And more importantly, why would he be dead now, after all this time? The detective handed Zay one of the letters. The words were simple, but chilling. You owe me, and I'm coming to collect. Zay's head spun as he left the station. His mind kept going back to the letters, to Darnell Rhodes, to everything Tobias had never told him. Who was Darnell? And why would Tobias owe him anything? But deep down, Zay knew one thing. This was far from over. Isaiah Zay Jackson couldn't stop thinking about the letters. That name, Darnell Rhodes, stuck with him like a shadow he couldn't shake. Tobias had been his best friend, and now it seemed there were parts of his life Zay had never known. Parts that somehow involved a recently released ex-convict with a grudge. After leaving the police station, Zay's instincts kicked in. He couldn't just sit around and wait for the cops to solve this. They weren't the ones who knew Tobias. They weren't the ones who had lived through every triumph and struggle together. Tobias had been more than a friend. He was like a brother. And now, Zay was determined to get to the bottom of this.
Alright, I'm gonna stop it right there.
What the fuck? This shit crazy.
Yeah, that shit wild. We like some real deep shit going on with that shit. Looked like the dude that he thought was a woman had an affair with the dude or some type of arrangement with the dude behind the bars or whatever. I jumped over it. Like I said, this is the first time I checked that shit out. I was like, what the fuck? I've seen that shit. I'm like, man, kind of crazy shit that we could do a reaction. I mean, this is crazy. It's just disturbing us.
Yeah.
You know. They got some other folks speaking on Snow Silly. Cause you got always watching TV, but then What's the Numbers TV, you know what I'm saying? Usually you having a lot of good content. So he speak on it. They caught it in Vermont with an AK-47 and an AR-15. What's your boy? Your boy, he was on a mission.
Living for memories.
Government maker. This plan is a prescription for disaster.
Not afraid. We do business differently from the other guys. We design.
Check out What's the Numbers TV, man.
Throw that on the homie. Hit the like button though, y'all. Come on, we got 8 likes. James Duke, I see you still a member of the Mall. Salute.
Hit that like button.
Flatbush. Cass, he's doing his time. Shout out to Flatbush, man. Shout out my guy Federal A, Flatbush on. You know what I mean? I'll be in Flatbush. That's probably the go. And come on, I'm gonna give y'all some Burlington history in a minute. You know, because like I said, I'm definitely familiar with Burlington. I've been up there in years, probably almost 20 years now, probably like a little less than 20 years, probably like 17. But, you know, I'm gonna give y'all some when I was out there. It says Burlington, Vermont, the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Vermont announced that Shane Hardy, 45, so he's 45 years old, of Brooklyn, New York, was arraigned today. All right, so he got locked up in July before U.S. Magistrate Judge Kevin J. Doyle after a federal grand jury returned an indictment on December 21st, 2023. So he was indicted from December. He got locked up in July. So that means he knew he was charged, and he knew he was indicted, I'm guessing, and he was still up there. So it says charging Hardy with being a felon in possession of firearms. Judge Doyle ordered that Hardy be detained during the pendency of this matter. According to court records, Hardy possessed 6 firearms, including AR-15 and AK-47 type weapons, after having been convicted of numerous felonies in New York, including manslaughter. Hardy allegedly paid for the 6 firearms through a combination of drugs and discharging drug debt. So that means he was giving workout for the like I said, but guns is legal out there in Vermont. You can carry they got some type of, a little more lax. I know a lot of the white boys when I was up there, they had a bunch of guns in their home and all that. So he probably had a few custodies. They ain't had no money. They was coming in with guns. He was paying them with drugs and also clearing debts that they already had with him through drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably owed them, this couple 100,000, whatever. Give me those guns, your debt's clear, right? 6 firearms. He did that for 6 guns. The United States Attorney's Office emphasized that an indictment contains allegations only and that Hardy is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. Hardy faces up to 15 years or life in prison if convicted. The actual sentence will be determined by the court with guidance from the adversary United States sentencing guidelines and the statutory sentencing factors. All right, that's pretty much what this article says. They don't go too much into the actual details of what happened. So I'm gonna get to that article first. Next, but let's say right now, right, 45 years old. 50, let's say he cops out, takes 15 years, right? That leaves him at 60 years old, right, when he gets out. So, and if he doesn't he takes it to trial. That possibly, if he gets convicted, he gets him life, right? So that's only one gun. So what you say, 15, each 100 people in the building. Let me text Batty, see if he wants to pull up real quick. Hold on, yeah, because he, like I said, he's familiar with the Vermont system. Yeah. Even though he was state, he's still familiar with certain systems out there.
Hey, Chris, let me see your candy bag.
Like I said, when I was out there, it was a bunch of money. Like I said, I probably make the most money. I made more money, you know, in New York and with all that, whatever. But in the amount of time that I was out there, I probably made the most money ever in a short period of time. You know, this was 20 years ago, so statute of limitations and all that. You know, I live a different life now, so I'm able to talk about it. But Batty and them was up there. They had their own crew of people. It was three of them. It was three of us. The dude that was, you could say, quote unquote, was like, you know, even though we always up, he was like, you know, running certain things. He had to, and then their guy, they was cool with each other. So, you know, their guy brought Batty up there. Batty brought Federal A up there. My team, we was already all up there because we was up the years prior doing our own thing, but then, you know what I'm saying? But we all knew each other from back home. So I came back up there and I met Federal A first in the trap. And, you know, Batty came up and we became cool. But we never intermingled as far as, like, you know, they had their own clientele. We had our own clientele. So it was a bunch of money up there. Like, when I tell you the amount of money you could get rich up there back then, like, you could make $1 million. Like, you could really get rich. If you was up there, college towns, especially, you know, predominantly district courthouse in Burlington, Vermont, Shane Hardy was arraigned here on charges of illegal firearm possession, facing up to life in prison. Shane Hardy, 45, of Brooklyn, was arraigned in Burlington, Vermont on federal charges of being a felon in possession of firearms. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Vermont announced that Hardy was indicted on December 21st, 2023, and was arraigned. I already mentioned all that. Court records indicate that he previously convicted of multiple felonies, including manslaughter. We mentioned all that. All right, so this ain't the article. Hold on. The other article is the one that gets into the details. Hold on a second. Yeah, my bad. I think this is the one right here.
I think you hear many stories. And
let me see what y'all talking about in the comments real quick.
Every story I just sat in the back room and listened to.
Yeah, he's hot. He said, "Oh yeah, he is done. Vermont deal with feds only. Trust me, I'm from Massachusetts. If you know why people go to Vermont, then you know it's over." Yeah, Mass was heavy in Vermont when I was out there. I thought Snow was a millionaire. That's what I'm saying, right? Remember he was talking big stuff, 2.1 million for the movie and the book and all that.
Y'all remember that?
He wasn't interested in playing because he was in real time.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, he was talking
niggas
big,
just so bright. Yeah, that's a fact. So a lot of them
all
ain't.
that shit.
Henderson, North Carolina. Shout out to NC. So this man needs shit going. Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff going on out there. Like I said, I be seeing stuff. I be seeing a lot of cases for dudes from New York and Vermont right now. New York convicted killer, drug criminal caught with AK-AR weapons. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the article that got a little more detail. A convicted killer from New York who has been living in Franklin County has been charged with being a felon in possession of 6 rifles stolen from a storage facility in St. Albans town last October. Remember what I said, right, y'all? He been living up there. What I said Vermont was a witness protection state, right? So if he's a rat, I don't know if he's in witness protection or not or what, but he know where to go. I'm going up there where it's nice and sweet in Vermont, where there's a bunch of rats at anyway. You understand?
That death for the cloud chasers.
Rat state. You know, shout out to Vermont. It's a beautiful state. You know, the weather is crazy with the snow. A lot of snow bunnies up there. Like when I was in Vermont, it was the snow. It was a place where the snow bunnies acted the most regular with black guys, Spanish guys. They wasn't on no scared racist shit. They was cool. You feel me? I probably knocked down the most white joints ever in my life when I was in Vermont. They was cool. They was with it. They wasn't on no, you know how in New York or certain areas, the white girls stay with the white boys over here. You might have a few that mingle. She might get shunned upon by the other crowd because she's dealing with the hood guys and all that. In Vermont, they was cool. Snow Bunnies was not on no racist shit out there. I gotta say that. Well, the majority of them. You know what I'm saying? So it says he has been with a St. Albans town with a robbery from storage facility in St. Albans. Shane S.B. Hardy, 45 of Brooklyn, pleaded not guilty to the felony gun charge when he appeared in U.S. District Court in Burleson late Monday afternoon. So they already got him. They ordered him held without bail. His pre-trial motions are due by September 27th. That's already happened. Hardy was sentenced to 14 years in prison for manslaughter in New York in 1999. Federal court records show details of the killing were not immediately available. In the new case, Hardy reportedly paid for 6 firearms through a combination of drugs and discharging drug debt. Now that makes me look, right? Remember what I said, y'all? Remember what I said about the dude's telling. If he got the 6 guns from one guy in a storage facility robbery, that means somebody told him, right? Somebody had to tell.
Guys, I'm about to cash a check.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a wild one right there. Oh man, that's wild.
Like I said, niggas, watch how y'all move in these streets, my nigga. Like, you don't know who on what. Nah, I mean, best of all, Dolo, man. Shit show.
Speaking of, we're gonna put a little bit of this and get to this last shit. We're gonna be out, man. Nutter, man, you going live today?
Yes, sir. Got some reactions, you know what I mean?
In people's houses.
So,
how about your social media at the time?
definitely gonna pull up.
Alamo
man.
wasn't
Pull
running
up
your social media
Big
when you
Nutter.
were,
Live later.
before you were signed, were they?
No.
Okay. Who was in charge of your social media?
Me.
Okay. And did you try to use social media to increase the public's awareness of you as a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me some ways in which you would do that?
I guess my name, Slime Like Shorty.
Okay. Did you use
Slime
hashtags?
Like Shorty, yes,
Did
man.
you talk about upcoming projects that you had coming out?
Yeah.
Did you include pictures of you at the
So it was
at the studio,
more.
or
It
maybe
was
the
2
home
more
studio,
guys
working on your craft?
Yeah.
You
What
wanted
the
people
hell,
to
Slime Like Shorty? He a witness, ain't he?
Yeah.
You wanted
Yeah.
people to know about you. Okay. Did
He
you
an artist
include
for YSL.
references
Yeah.
to YSL
Yes.
in your songs
Yeah.
and in your social media posts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And YSL, of course, is a label that at the time, you're younger than Jeffrey Williams, correct?
Yeah.
At the time when you were trying to make it through, YSL, in fact, had a
He's
very
still younger than Jeff.
popular
Yeah, he
artist on that record label, correct?
Yeah.
Being Jeffrey Williams performing as Young Thug, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Associating yourself with YSL is in your experience, were you able to bring in fans and potential fans and get them to pay attention to you by doing that, by associating yourself with YSL?
Of course.
Okay. Was that part of your strategy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
When you were just trying to make it, did you release songs on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, like we just saw a song performed by Shannon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and that song was on YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and it was only, I think, probably about 45 seconds long or something like that, shorter than the usual song, correct?
Right.
Okay, that sort of short song released on YouTube, is that something that before you made it, before you were signed, is that the type of thing that you would release on YouTube to get attention?
Yeah. Videos on YouTube, yeah.
Today, I wanted to just really hit on something.
That vlog, we keep calling it, A Night with YSL. I know that wasn't the label that you gave it. 46NN, it's in evidence. Is that the type of media that you would put on YouTube to garner attention to yourself?
Yeah, rappers do that.
Okay. Do you do that?
I was a part of that one.
Okay. Is that the only vlog you've ever released to the internet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I never really released no vlog. I mean, like, I didn't release it, but I guess, like, you know, the cameraman, the camera crew that be around or whatever, they release it and name it whatever they want to, but yeah.
But you took part in it?
Yeah, yeah.
You willingly took part in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted people to see you on the internet because you thought that would boost your career and the number of people that would potentially buy your music, correct?
Yeah.
So, in your experience as an up-and-coming rapper, Songs released to YouTube, that's part of the process, correct?
Yeah.
Blog posts with hashtags that reference YSL or other popular rappers, that's part of the process, correct?
Yeah.
You see, they try to attach him to somebody that defaced
Now,
gravesite.
let's talk about your relationship with my client, Mr. Stillwell. What year did you meet Mr. Stillwell?
Stillwell, that's yeah, got it.
Maybe. I don't remember by heart.
Okay. You did not know him back 2014, 2015, 2016. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in 2019, when you met him, would you consider him a friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how often would you see each other back in 2019, 2000? That say Slat and Keep America Slime, and it has make. I think it has make crossed out, and it says Keep America Slime. Is this, who made those clothes?
Miles.
Okay, when you say Miles, who's Miles? Miles, is that Miles Farley?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Miles Farley a rapper?
Nah.
Does he
made
does
something.
he want to try to be sometimes?
He tried to be before.
Okay, but the reality is, he makes clothes.
Yeah.
That's how he makes a living, correct?
All right.
And he sells these clothes around Atlanta and around the world, correct?
All right.
Okay. And these particular clothes that you're wearing were in fact made by Miles Farley, correct?
Yeah.
And is Miles Farley a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and does Miles Farley, these clothes that he sells, is it limited to only people?
Search warrant for 355 Allison with the scope of the search warrant to include firearms, narcotics, currency, ammunition, and I believe that was the scope of my search warrant.
Now, Detective Sorno, looking back at this photograph, was there any money counter on that island?
Yes, there was a gold money counter that was located on the counter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
wore a
publish
hoodie,
6.
but what does that mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to publish 7 X-ray, and 8 X-ray. My apologies. Is that the money counter you were just discussing?
Yes, that is the money counter that was located.
Now, I'm going to publish 9. What is depicted in this photograph?
It's a container of
some sticky.
Something we believe to be marijuana.
And is that the same kitchen aisle we were just discussing?
Yes, that was also located on the counter.
Now, I'm going to publish 10 X-ray. What is this item?
It's a satchel.
Did you all look in that satchel?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 11 X-ray. What all was inside of it?
Inside with a Ziploc bag containing suspected marijuana, as well as a wad of U.S. currency, some keys, cell phone, and a glass case.
I'm going to publish 12 X-ray. Where is this in relation to the kitchen area we were just discussing?
Paintball,
This was located in a cabinet below.
Niggas got BB guns.
And
bullshit.
what are those bottles to like?
Those were open bottles with promethazine, codeine, cough syrup.
I'm going to publish
cough
States
syrup.
Exhibit 13 X-ray.
Some of that lean in the
On
drawer.
the counter right there to the far left.
That was a firearm.
What this guy do? This shit crazy.
Now, I'm going to republish 5 X-ray.
Yes, this was firearm. One of the 2 firearms that was located next to that large bag of marijuana.
What kind of firearm is this?
This is a Glock firearm.
And did it have a magazine or any ammunition?
Yes, it was loaded with a magazine containing ammunition.
Is that the magazine with the ammo sticking out at the top?
It is.
I'm going to approach you with, or I'm going to publish 20 X-ray first. What's the serial number on this firearm?
The serial number is BTDY617.
I'm approaching the witness with what's been marked as 19 X-ray Alpha. Detective Storno, without taking that item out of the box, can you look and see if you see a serial number on it?
Yeah, yes, I do.
What is the serial number on that item in the box?
The serial number is BTGY617.
Does that appear to be the firearm we were just discussing collected from the home on May 9, 2022?
Yes, this is the firearm that we located.
Your Honor, the state moves to tender into evidence 19 X-ray Alpha.
Submitted.
Publishing 21 X-ray. Is this the second firearm that was in that kitchen cabinet?
Yes.
And what type of firearm is this?
This is a Smith & Wesson semi-automatic firearm.
And did it have a magazine?
Where's the
and
evidence?
It did.
Evidence of
I am going to approach you with what's
like Nutter. Where's the real evidence?
That states 68XX. Can you recognize that photo?
Yes, that's a overview. Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry.
Is that what is it?
It's like a overview shot of the location that we executed the warrant from.
I'm sorry.
It's an overview shot of the location where we were, where we went to.
Is that clear and accurate? Sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
Is that a clear and accurate depiction of the location where the search was at?
Yes.
Rather than the state moves to admit state 68XX. Now, publishing state 68XX. Maybe on the screen in front of you or behind you. Sorry, right behind you. Did you kind of orient the door of your location that particular day?
On the side, this side of the house.
Yeah, that gotta be Thug Crib.
I was able to see this side and also a part of this, the back side of the house. So basically, I was standing right here with another house.
I thought that when they searched Thug House, that shit was a legal search, man.
Not sure. I think so though.
Did you come in contact with Mr. J-Lon?
Yes, I did.
Can you describe for the jury how you came in contact?
Yes. While I was standing on the side of the house and waiting for the SWAT team to make an entry, at some point I could hear some rumbling on the back side of the house, which is like leading to a mini forest, like a bushes area. You could hear someone moving. At first I didn't see him, and then me and my partner, we could see a person running from the back of the house.
His name is Officer A.
He was running straight, heading toward other officers that were standing directly to the back of the house, and I was coming from the side. I don't think he saw me, so I was running toward him while he was running straight to the other officers. Once he made contact with those officers, he changed his directions. Now he started running toward me. Then he saw me. He went around a abandoned house, I believe. Went up a hill. I followed him, and we both ended in somewhere in a loading dock area where he was sitting behind a truck. That's when I first made contact with him.
Now, you said a lot, so I'm going to ask you to kindly point to the direction on the screen, 68XX.
So, like I said, I was standing right here.
Oh, they talking about chasing down
when I saw him, he was running straight down here.
No, his African ass was on their ass.
Turn that TV down, girl. When he got his point and then made contact with those officers, he changed his direction, started running this way.
Hey, this shit's still going on. Y'all can go check this out. We're gonna end this live with some political shit. It's time to I guess if you're gonna get out there and vote, gonna vote. Not don't give a fuck, right? But this subject just came up all through this political run about deportation plan. Trump planning on kicking them all out of the country, man. All you undocumented.
That nigga Trump.
You ain't got your papers. See your ass at the border. So, it's the blueprint of Trump's deportation plan. It says a questionable approach by Eisenhower because he is like, I guess you could say the father of all this. But I didn't know that they called this. Well, we just gonna get into it. The racial slur.
Yeah,
was crazy, but we're gonna get into this. It's only about 6 minutes long, something like that.
Operation in the history of our country. Even larger than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower.
This week on 60 Minutes, we report on former President Donald Trump's report mass numbers of undocumented immigrants if he wins in November. It's something Trump has been talking about for years, saying it in an interview with Scott Pelley in 2015 when Trump was first running for president. When Trump talks about mass deportation, he often invokes a former president's name.
Did you like Dwight Eisenhower as a president at all?
Well, I wasn't around during President Eisenhower's.
Okay, but he was a fair man. He did
this.
Was
a great
over,
America.
Yeah, he did this with over 1 million people. He did it, and it was actually very successfully done.
It is a manifest right of our government to limit the number of immigrants our nation can absorb.
But historians who've studied Eisenhower's deportation operation have concluded it was rife with civil rights violations and far from a success.
The truth is that it was a short-term show of force, did not stop undocumented migration.
We spoke with May Nye, a history professor at Columbia University who studies immigration.
No, I haven't watched
Trump refers to it as Eisenhower's plan, but it was really the plan of the Immigration Service and General Swing. General Swing was the commissioner of immigration. And being a former general, Swing had a military way of looking at the problem at the border.
In the early 1950s, there was an influx of Mexican farm workers seeking jobs in the U.S. CBS's Edward R. Murrow reported on it in 1953, using a slur that referred to people who crossed the Rio Grande into Mexico.
Every 30 seconds, a so-called Mexican wetback enters this country illegally. The
God
is
damn.
That's not funny.
That was
that's
crazy.
It's crazy. So that's the first time in 1953.
Shit, you can't put it past them. They were calling us niggas then, bro.
First time I ever heard it, bro.
That joke came out crazy, though.
Right. That's wild.
is increasing.
Now, but look,
the
it gets even
controversy
deeper.
arose in the 50s around the so-called Bracero program, which was a guest worker program for agricultural workers from Mexico. The growers who were hiring these workers, they preferred undocumented workers because they had fewer regulations governing their treatment. But this became an embarrassment to the Immigration and Naturalization Service because they wanted the farmers to only take the contracted braceros, and it was embarrassing to them that there were so many so-called illegals coming over. So the Commissioner of Immigration, Joseph Swing, concocted this big plan to round up and deport the so-called wetbacks, right? Wetback was an ethnic slur, really. It was the idea that people swam the Rio Grande to come over illegally, right? So it was called
Some
Operation
history, y'all.
In California's rich Imperial and Coachella valleys, guards round up Mexican workers without identity cards and start them on the road back home.
In 1954, the U.S. government deported massive numbers of undocumented Mexican laborers, most of whom were working on farms near the border.
These people were just rounded up, put on trucks and buses, driven over the border, dumped on the other side, sometimes in the desert. In one case, 88 people died from sunstroke, and more would have died had the Mexican Red Cross not come to their rescue.
According to Professor Nye, the mass deportation operation lasted about a year. It became expensive to maintain, and American agriculture growers had begun to comply with a federal program to hire Mexican workers legally, leading them to use fewer undocumented laborers. At the time, the Eisenhower administration said it carried out over 1 million deportations, But historians now believe many people were deported more than once, and that the real number of people is significantly less. 2 historians told us that some U.S. citizens were mistakenly deported as well.
Because of the
Tom Homan was acting director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement during the first 2 years of the Trump administration.
Right.
We asked him about the connection between Trump's campaign pledge and Eisenhower's
get your ass over there.
Former President Trump said that this plan would follow the Eisenhower model, that it would follow so-called Operation Wetback.
I don't speak for President Trump, and I don't know what the Eisenhower plan is.
The historians that we spoke to call it a civil rights disaster. People were deported in dangerous conditions, and some people died. If President Trump is saying that that's the model,
see Trump talking shit.
Trump's
He don't know
campaign
about
pledge
that's what the fuck
and
that is.
Eisenhower's operation at the border.
former President Trump said that this plan would follow the Eisenhower model, that it would follow so-called Operation Wetback.
I don't speak for President Trump, and I don't know what the Eisenhower plan even is.
The historians that we spoke to call it a civil rights disaster. People were deported in dangerous conditions, and some people died. If President Trump is saying that that's the model, that gives a lot of people
President
pause.
Trump's not talking about. Look, I know this man. There ain't no
Following the
there's
Eisenhower
no
model,
way-
we will carry out the largest domestic
But that
deportation
doesn't
operation in
mean
American
people are
history.
going to die.
Okay.
That doesn't mean civil rights are going to be violated. The President Trump doesn't mean that.
But you could understand how someone might
Well, he could
think
say
that,
he's got
fear
the
that.
Eisenhower plan was a massive deportation, but it doesn't mean all the negative things that happened are going to happen under his leadership.
You look back in the 1950s, you look back at the Eisenhower administration, take a look at what they did, and it worked.
Well, today you have
Professor Nye told us that it would be even more difficult now than in the 1950s to conduct a mass deportation of undocumented immigrants.
They're not Mexican workers. The large numbers of people who are crossing the border are asylum seekers. They're fleeing civil war, civil strife, gang violence. There's just too many. It's very expensive. Today, they don't live just at the border. They live in our cities. They live in states all over the country. They've been here 5, 10 years. They have children, maybe who are citizens. They're part of our society. So you can try to have a big show, but ultimately you don't solve the problem. You hurt some people, and then people don't look anymore, and the problem doesn't go away.
Went down.
There you go. Any thoughts, fellas, man?
I don't think Trump probably did do his homework on that, but I don't know, bro. That shit sounded crazy about back then for shit show.
Or like now, do you think he could pull it off? That's what I want.
Nah, it's too many of them motherfuckers.
Do you think he would go through it, like put it actually in motion? What you think, Push?
No.
Yo, you still there, Push, or you out?
No, I'm right here.
What you think, bro? You think he'll be able to put this in motion?
I don't know, bro.
He said he want to go by the Eisenhower model. Of course, he'll probably tweak it. But
I mean, I don't know if he has to use anything from 1950 or 40 or 30, bro, because those were some rough years, and hard shit was happening. You know, like what you just trying to do is just remove out this element that was brought in through political reasoning. You know, they need to be vetted at the end of the day. You know, even if you put them back in Mexico, if you're a criminal from Venezuela, you ain't supposed to be here in this country. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's being vetted like that. So my dude gotta send them all back because you don't know what you got. It's like getting a pot of spaghetti, bro, and some stranger handed it to you. You don't know what's in it. It's some real
Yeah,
stuff
you
right
can't
there.
eat everybody's spaghetti.
You don't know what's in it. So when you turn that into people, you don't know who you're dealing with. You just let a stranger into your country, which is your house. And that's the problem with that right there. Because, man, we got nutties in our damn country we would like to send to their country. They wouldn't want them. But yet they just sent all theirs to there, and all their impoverished. You know what? Look, I ain't even got a problem keeping their impoverished. I don't want no threats, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing I was hearing in Texas where the migrant raped like 5 little girls and stuff. You know, he was unvetted.
Yeah.
Know why he slipped through the thing, and then he got about $4,000-$5,000 just for coming in and just for him to act a fool. So Trump got to do this, bro. They let almost 800,000 people in this country unvetted, my nigga. Like you won't let one person in your house unrecognized in your own home. So think about your country, bro. Heck nah. 800,000 people, though, that's whole communities.
Good point.
And that's just for what? To get votes, bro. Even if they don't get the votes right now for Trump, their whole goal is to make them legitimate people so that in the next 4 years or even 8 years, bro, they get their kids to jump on and vote. And all of a sudden, they got a new voting block of 1 million people.
Mm-hmm.
That's sucky politics right there. We are the ones that they should be, talking to. And you need to change your policies if Americans ain't agreeing with you. Not go out and get some foreigners that will agree with you. Yeah. Trump got to do what he got to do. I just don't think he needs to be like 1950.
Not the old school version of it, huh?
Nah, bro. Cause
yeah, that was wild. That's wild. Just in
that
the
type
name
of
of
stuff
it,
right there, getting our ass beat. So.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see by tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. We'll see what's going on. We got this song called "Free Dirt," featuring Adam 22, Brick Baby, Trap Lord Ross, and Lush. Oh wow. Hey, we gonna get up out of here after this. Hey, we'll play that shit. Give it a proper introduction.
What up, man? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
This nigga crazy. Who wrote this stuff?
What?
Oh. Y'all play that back. Y'all play that back.
Keep coming up short, standing tall at 5'4". That nigga 12, shit, nigga at the end, they call me Coco number 4. Lil' bro, don't want no.
Is that Nina Boy? Yeah, Nina Boy in the video too. Look
The
like
beat.
Nina Boy.
Every time I make a documentary, we whack him and all his friends. Snitch on what?
Yeah. Bro, they are going in on whack on this. Right. That like they ain't riding whack. Yeah. Some allegations. Oh no. Order the flight. That's a ball, nigga. Order the flight.
I'm not a dyke when I'm sliding through the others. Promise this weekend sliders out.
That's fucked up. They're going though, bro.
Right, bro. God damn. All my ops the feds.
Yeah, killing it, bro. Ops the feds.
All my ops the feds.
Ops the feds, bro.
I can't do it, bro.
Oh man, y'all go check that
Order
out,
the
man.
flight.
Oh, that is wild.
Oh
Bro.
my gosh.
Hey yo, we gonna tap in
Free dirt.
free Smirky yo.
Man, they got down taking this shit as a joke. This shit terrible, bro.
That's crazy. Hey, so we gonna pull up in I guess in a couple hours or so. In your time, it's already
Yeah,
what,
we'll be up in the hour, man, for shit
in
show.
an hour. So yeah, man. Send us the link, man. We gonna tap in.
I got you.
All right, yeah, we gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all go tap in, go subscribe to all the channel, Big Nutter. Y'all know what to do, man. Stop playing. Richmond, no options, man.
I'm coming straight from the bottom, yeah. I had to hustle, yeah. I had no option. Full loaded 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. So I was cracking the nigga, it ain't always popping. I had to trap, they didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes. Yeah, I'm in this bitch with my bros. Bitches a go. I get them all by the low. Yeah, by the low. Yeah, solid bitch, I never fold. I never fold, bitch. I'm hot as a torch. Try to touch me, you get scorched. Car faster than a Porsche. All I know, watch me score. Master Yoda got the Porsche. It's all in it, there's no force. They don't wanna see me young. That's why I did this on my own. On or nigga shit. No handouts or no loans, so don't call my phone. I get my whole city hope. They telling me that I'm the GOAT. You can go and take a vote. Where they come from cooking coke. Play with guns and out my nose. Bitch, you know I'm really young. Always gang until I go. Roll cold until I coast. Bitch, you know just how it go. Yeah, you know I'm reppin' foes. Yeah, I'm coming straight from the bottom. Yeah, I had to hustle. Yeah, I had no option. Go loaded 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. So I was cracking the nigga. It ain't always poppin'. I had to trap. They didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes. Yeah, I'm in this bitch with my bros. Bitches a go. I get them in, get them all by the low. Yeah, by the low. Yeah, solid bitch, I never fold. I never fold. I'm coming straight from the bottom. Yeah, I had to hustle. Yeah, I had no option. Go loaded 40 on me. No something moves if you move, I'ma pop it. Bitch, I'm a low. So I was cracking the nigga. It ain't no was poppin'. I had to trap. They didn't wanna give me no jobs. I had no option. Yeah, bitch, I'm from the grove. Door up your foes, yeah. I'm in this bitch with my bros. I love the game. I love the hustle, man. Be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas, you know. Bird, Magic or something. Yeah, you know a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man.
I get all this love, feel like a money match. These niggas that be hating on some other shit. When I go, I want a documentary. The realest niggas going down in history. I get all this love, feel like a money match. I get all this love, feel like a money match. When I go, I want a documentary. The realest niggas going down in history. I get all this love, feel like a money match. These niggas that be hating on some sucker shit. When I go, I want a documentary. So if you ain't talking official shit, don't mention me. I'm never gonna change, switching lanes while sipping lane. Going hard, free my dogs out the penitentiary. My brother said I can't let these fuck niggas get to me. And if they don't remember shit, they gon' remember me. I get all this love, feel like a money match. These niggas that be hating on some other shit. When I go, I want a documentary. The realest niggas going down in history. I get all this love, feel like a money match. I get all this love, feel like a money match. When I go, I want a documentary. The realest niggas going down in history. If you want it raw, then I'm the one you ask for. Me and Jerry getting bricks off the backboard. Niggas foul what you think we got them checks for. If you ain't buying what you coming around the set for, let me just be honest, I'm all about making $1. So if you ain't got the fiber to better shit, I ain't got it. And excuse me for being modest, but I just spent like 5 on this designer.
Come on.
I get all this love, feel like a money match. These niggas that be hating on some other shit. When I go, I want a documentary.
Another monthly exclusive.
Hey. Little motherfucking Larry.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
Look. I ain't no killer, but don't push shit. I ain't no killer, you just pussy, you rookie. Ask for forgiveness, I'm for innocence, straight angel. Looked in the mirror when I do, I see straight anger. Shit, I hate myself. Feel like a straight hater, hate the sports, I was guilty. But I'm gonna be greater. Seems like I bounce back every time, but I keep falling, keep crawling. In the meantime, niggas keep talking, can't control it. Do I got it on me? You better know it every moment. I'm finna make you throw, I'm fucking focused. Gotta stop playing with this gift that God's giving me. I can taste the world, God thanks for these abilities. Look how I move, and God bless me with agility. It's about patience, then it's about consistency. Niggas hating, I bet you feel the hostility. I know somebody in this motherfucker feeling me. Keep it real. Hey, keep it real, I'm gonna keep it real with you. They can't see brothers do good, so keep it real with you.
Attention,
ladies and gentlemen.
Independent artists, if you got a hot single or album,
the game will never be the same.
And you looking for digital distribution, log on to FirstFamRadio.com.
Bring that one back from the top.
I hate it, trying to stop smoking, but it's my favorite. Niggas unloyal when these women, they be money hungry. Stab you in your back over drugs, you a fucking junkie. It's funny. I wouldn't switch for no amount of money. They love me, cause I'm the realest from Monday to Sunday. Niggas think cause they smoke with you, man, you own them. Nigga, this weed don't mean shit, and I'ma show them it's about intentions. See, I ain't never been big on forgiveness. I was weak on whoop you whoop, but I'm minding my business. I'm different, not in for clout, don't fake for attention. Write music, get high, and talk to myself, and it's a bitch, and keep it real. Keep it real.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
What up, world? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser, rocking it out with First Fam West Radio, and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
Tools in the box, the haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. I'm a fly in the bean, money is the reason. No reason about those games. Keep the tools in the box, the haters wanna stop it. Mom's on like cocaine. Pure white, Peruvian, take flight, ride the wind, long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Ninjas on the street, they trying to avoid the chalk. Talk it out, maybe after that.
People are dead dog. You should have keep in your bed, cause the Taliban's them a make work. We no laugh, we no take talk. Badness is how we end us. We no shoot people for end up in a bed grass.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.